Mamatay siya. After eating, they will die. Elijah said to her, "Don't be afraid. Go home and do as you have said, but first make a small loaf of bread for me from that you have and bring it to me. Then make something for yourself and your son. For this is what the Lord of God of Israel says. The jar of flour will not use up, and the jug of oil will not run dry until the day of the Lord send the rain on the land." Sabi niya. She went away and did as Elijah had told her, for so there was food every day for Elijah and for the woman in her family. For the jar of flour was not used up, and the jug of the oil did not run dry, in keeping with the word of the Lord spoken by Elijah. Sometime later, the son of the woman who owned the house became ill and grew worse and finally stopped breathing. So she said to Elijah, "What have you done? What have you against me, man of God? Did you come to remind me of my sins and kill my son?" "Give me your son," Elijah replied. He took him from her arm and carried him to the upper room where he was staying and led him to his bed. Then he cried out to the Lord, "Lord my God, have you brought tragedy even to this widow I am staying with by causing her son to die?" Then he stretched out himself on the body 3 times and cried out to the Lord, "Lord my God, let this boy's life return to him." The Lord heard Elijah's cry, and the boy's life returned to him, and he lived. Elijah picked up the child and carried him down from the room upon the house. He gave him to his mother and said, "Look, your son is alive." Then the woman said to Elijah, "Now I know that you are the man of God, and that the word of the Lord come from your mouth is truth." So, yun po ang story sa Old Testament na tungkol sa pagtulong, pagbibigay ng alms sa trabahador ng Diyos. So, as the woman of Seraphat obeyed the man of God, hindi sila nawalan. Hindi sila nawalan ng kanilang makakain. As they give to the man of God, as the kinupkup pa nila yung man of God, like Elijah, kinupkup nila si Elijah. So, the result there is na-meet yung need ni Elijah, and nami-meet din yung nasa love gift pala tayo, no? We are in the love gift. So, na-meet yung needs ni Elijah. So, na-meet din ang needs ng mga anak, ng mga pamilya ng widow at ang kanyang son. So, sa kalaunan, the principle is sowing. No, nagsasahasik tayo ng binhi. Naghahasik tayo ng butil sa buhay ng mga manggagawa ng Diyos. We are giving and we are sowing to the life of the servant of God. Kagaya ni Elijah. The widow nagtanim siya. Naghasik siya ng seed para sa buhay ni Elijah. And the return is, hindi sila nawalan. Sa time ng famine, hindi sila nawalan. Hindi sila na gutuman, but everything every day they have something to eat. Kasi nung first sabi niya, maghahanap lang kami ng few sticks for us to cook yung kunti, kapiranggot na flour and an oil. Pagkakainin namin, lulutuin ko, kakainin namin at mamamatay kami. But because he obeyed the word of the Lord through Elijah and make a food for him, and every day meron sila, nagtrust siya na merong provision sa kanila. So nung nag-love gift siya kay Elijah, meron silang provision. Nagkaroon yung widow in his family ng food ng day by day hanggang dumating yung alan. Ang isa pa, namatay yung bata. Namatay yung anak ni widow. So, miracle happen also if we give, if we sow into the life or the servant, on the servant that God is using. Especially yung pumupunta sa missions. If we sow in their life, if we sow and give love gift to them, God is going to have a provision in us. Magkakaroon din tayo. So, mamimit din yung mga needs. Magpo-provision. There is a provision in healing. So, the result, if we obey and give a love gift to the servant of God, if we honor the servant of God, the result there is we have the healing and provision in our life. Kung ano mang yung lacking natin, God is going to meet them. God is going to provide them because inuuna natin ang pangangailangan ng anak niya. So, kagaya kung paano ginawa ni Lord sa buhay ni Elijah at kay Sarah, yung woman, yung widow, gagawin din sa buhay mo at sa buhay ko, as long as we will continually give love gift to the man of God, to the woman of God, to the worker of God. As long as we continue to honor yung mga itong mga worker ng Panginoon, God is going to give the provision and heal us, hindi lang tayo, our family. So there is a provision as we're going to obey what is the Lord is going to tell us. So ganun po si Lord. Ganun po si Lord na mag-provide sa atin. So napakabuti po ng ating Diyos na buhay, kaya ganun po magbigay si Lord. So ano pa ang ating mga klase ng ating type of giving sa principle of finances ni Lord? Ano nga pa ba? Ang una is offering. So ang una is offering. So ang principle nun is we spend for the Lord, di ba? We spend for the Lord, and the result is we have satisfaction. We are satisfied. So ang pangalawa is giving an alms. So we are lending. The principle is lending. So ang result doon is meeting the needs who are in need. So we are meeting the needs if we give an alms. So ang pangatlo is the love gift. Love gift or honoring the worker of God or the servant of God. So ang prinsipyo doon sa pangatlo love gift is sowing. We sow, naghahasik tayo. So ang result is God is going to give provision to us, to you and me, and give healing. Yun po ang result if we do. So ang pang-apat, ano kayang pang-apat? Ito yung seldom nating ginagawa. Seldom. Mayroon mo nang gagawa nito is pero nandito sa ito ay nasa Old Testament. This is what sorry. Nangati yung shoulder ko. So, it is in Leviticus. Kautosan, inihulog ni Lord. Binigay niya kay uh, Abraham. Ay, no, Moses. Sa Moses pala niya to. So, ito po ang sa Leviticus 23 verse 9 to 14. So, babasahin natin. The Lord said to Moses, Moses, speak to the Israelites and say to them, when you enter the land I'm going to give you, you reap its harvest, bring to the priest a sheaf, and bring first grain in harvest. He is to wave the sheaf before the Lord, so it will be accepted on your behalf. The priest is to wave it on the day after Sabbath. On the day you wave the sheep, you must sacrifice as a burnt offering to the Lord and the lamb a year without defect, together with its grain offering, or a 2/10 of ephah on the finest flour mixed with the olive oil. The food offering represents the Lord, a pleasing aroma, and its drink offering of the quarter hin of the wine. You must not eat any bread, nor roasted any grain until the day you will bring this offering to your God. This is the lasting ordinance and generation to come whenever you live. From the day after Sabbath, the day you brought the sheaf of the wave, offering account of 7 full week. Count. Ay, iba na yun pala. Yun po, the first fruits. So, ang first fruit po is, and we can read also in Ezekiel, and the first of all the first fruit of all kinds, and every offering of all kinds, from all your offering, shall belong to the priest. You shall also give to the priest the first of your dough, that blessing may rest on your house. That blessing may rest on your house. So if you give this first fruit, may blessing na pupunta.